Listen to me. If you are retired, or if you are getting ready to hand in your retirement papers, you need to pay very close attention to what I am about to tell you. Because when you are on a fixed income, when you have spent 40 years building up your nest egg, how you move your money is not just a matter of convenience. It is a matter of absolute financial security and survival. Every single day, people ask me, Susie, does Capital One do instant payments? I need to move my money, and I need it to get there right now. And today, I want to answer that question once and for all. But more than that, I want to talk about the hidden dangers of the rush for instant satisfaction with your hard-earned dollars, because what you don't know can absolutely devastate your retirement. Let's get straight to the facts. Yes, Capital One does participate in instant payment networks. In fact, they are connected to both the real-time payments network, which we call RTP, and they have also integrated with the Federal Reserve's FedNow service. But here is the catch. And you must write this down. Just because Capital One is connected to these instant networks does not mean every single transaction you make is going to happen in the blink of an eye. When you make a standard bank-to-bank transfer, let's say you are transferring money from your Capital One 360 checking account to an external account at another bank, that process can still take 1 to 3 business days. Why? Because the standard, traditional way banks move money is through a system called ACH, the Automated Clearing House. It is a batch system. It is slow. It takes time. Now, why does this matter to you as a retiree? It matters because of fear. It matters because of the anxiety that grips so many of you when you are waiting for a transfer to clear. You are trying to buy a vehicle, or you are trying to close on a smaller, downsized home, or you simply need to move money from your savings to your checking to pay a large tax bill or a medical expense. You initiate the transfer, and then, nothing. Day 1 passes. Day 2 passes. The money has left your Capital One account, but it hasn't shown up in your other bank account yet. And what happens? You panic. You start to worry that your money has vanished into the digital ether. You fear that you've been scammed, or that you've typed in the wrong account number and your retirement funds are gone forever. That fear is real, it is palpable, and it is entirely avoidable. So, how do you actually get instant payments to work for you with Capital One? First, you can use Zelle. Capital One has Zelle built right into their mobile app, and it is free to use. If you are sending money to a child, a grandchild, or a trusted contractor who also has an account enrolled in Zelle, that transfer is indeed instant. It happens in minutes. Second, Capital One supports debit card instant transfers. This is when you use services like Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal to instant transfer money directly to your Capital One checking account using your debit card. But listen to me, and listen to me closely. Capital One recently went through a major debit card network switch. Because of this switch, some merchants and payroll providers may no longer support those instant debit card transfers into your Capital One checking account. If you rely on instant transfers from external platforms, you need to check with those platforms directly to see if your new Capital One debit card is still compatible for instant delivery. If it isn't, your instant transfer is going to default to a standard ACH transfer, and you are going to be waiting days for your money. Now, I want to address the biggest question of all: should you be using instant payments as a retiree? I want you to take a deep breath and think about this. Why are you in such a rush? The greatest threat to your retirement nest egg today is financial fraud. Scammers target older Americans because they know you have saved, they know you are polite, and they know how to create artificial urgency. They will call you pretending to be the IRS, or utility companies, or even your bank's fraud department, and they will demand that you send money instantly via Zelle or wire transfer to protect your accounts or pay a debt. Here is the ultimate financial truth you must understand about true instant payments like RTP, FedNow, or Zelle: they are irrevocable. Irrevocable is a fancy legal word that means once you hit send, that money is gone. It is exactly like handing physical cash to a stranger on the street. If you realize 5 seconds later that you made a mistake, or that the person on the other end was a thief, the bank cannot get that money back for you. The regulations that protect you against credit card fraud do not protect you the same way when you authorize an instant payment. So, here are your actionable, non-negotiable takeaways to protect your money. Number 1. Never, under any circumstances, use Zelle or any other instant payment method to pay someone you do not know personally and trust implicitly. If a business or a stranger insists on an instant payment, that is a massive red flag. Hang up the phone. Walk away. Number 2. If you need to move a large sum of money between your own accounts at different financial institutions, for example, moving $50,000 to buy a recreational vehicle or pay for a renovation, do not look for a shortcut. Do not try to use third-party apps to bypass the system. Link your external bank account to your Capital One account using their official online banking portal. Yes, it will take a few business days to verify the link. Yes, the transfer will take 1 to 3 business days. But that delay is a built-in safety feature. It gives the banks time to verify the transaction and keep your money safe. Plan ahead so you are never in a position where you are forced to make a rushed, high-stakes financial move. Number 3. Keep a buffer of cash in your local Capital One checking account. If you know you have expenses coming up in the next month, transfer those funds from your high-yield savings or investment accounts well in advance. Do not operate on a just-in-time basis where a delay of 24 hours in a transfer causes you to bounce a check or miss a crucial bill payment. My dear friends, retirement is supposed to be the time of your life where you feel secure, peaceful, and in control. Do not let the digital rush of the modern banking world strip away your peace of mind.